Now, look at
I'm here.
you.
I'm here.
Look at you. Hang on,
Yeah,
I'm turning
mate.
this up.
Look,
I can't hear
I'm all
you.
official. Look, I've got a microphone. I'm official now.
Bro, you sound mint.
It sounds good.
So, unfortunately, I tried for about an hour and a half to set this. I got a DJI microphone. I stuck it in the bottom of this phone. I tried everything. The Bluetooth connect, nothing. It just didn't bring it up. I went on to my little friend ChatGPT, and it said that my phone doesn't support anything like that. It like defaults to the standard microphone at all times.
Oh,
So
no,
therefore, I don't like my phone anymore. I'm gonna go and get another one. I've never liked this.
I was surprised. I got this one. This is a JBL one, so that's a little box for it.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm hopeless on this sort of stuff. But I virtually took it out of the case after I charged it, and it turned on straight away. Plugged it at the bottom of the iPad, and bang, it just lit up and worked. I didn't have to do anything at all. It just instantly worked. So
Well,
I don't know.
we have our special guest in the comments already, and she's already asked me about my microphone. It was actually your videos that inspired me to do this because I was watching your. You obviously mentioned I got tagged by about 100 people in your video about the LDV steering wheel, which has been my legacy. And then we started. I contacted you, and I was watching a lot of your videos. And your audio is what really pushed me over the edge to get a microphone. A lot of guys. I've got a couple of YouTubers around here that stop in and say hi, car content guys, and they use those DJIs. And I thought, well, if that's what they're using, that's what I'm going to use. But technology doesn't technology all the time, so we get stuffed up here. So
what phone are you running, Jez?
I have an Oppo Note 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Apple. I don't know why, but I've had Apple all the time. I tried Samsung and a work phone. I couldn't get used to it. And then everything I've got's Apple. So iPads, the kids are all that. I've got a Mac. So everything's just Apple. So I kind of stuck myself in that little pocket of now I'm sort of dug my own grave and I'm stuck here.
You are.
And that fact that I'm so old anyway, I can't figure this new technology stuff out anyway. So this works for me. I'll roll with it.
You sound really good tonight though. Like
That's
normally, normally you're really echoey.
Yeah.
And like it comes through on the audio down here, but you sound really good. I don't know.
The only thing that I don't like about it is it plugs into the charge port of the iPad. So, and I've noticed I've dropped nearly 15% in power in the last half an hour of talking.
And you won't be able to top that up because you have to pull that out to charge it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we don't know. Well, this is the first time using it, so I'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So.
Well, it sounds real good.
That's a good. At least we know it sounds good. We just got to figure out this charging thing. So yeah.
Well, can you hear the rain on the roof in here? No.
Yeah, I can actually. Yeah. Not too bad though. Well, in my it's raining here at the moment. If I walk out in the shop, you can't hear me at all. It is so loud. It's crazy, man. So the office is under the mezzanine and it's insulated, so it's not too bad in here. And I'm drinking milk, so I need this. So.
Look, I know that you've had a rough 2 weeks, and it goes like this, right?
Yep.
Down and hit the road, and I thought I'd be up here, but I can't even see where I am, bro. Like, I am absolutely destroying it at the moment, and I couldn't be happier. I haven't made any TikToks for 2 weeks, but that's fine. I got back to when I first started this, and I was all excited and all G'd up, and I've made more money in the last 2 weeks than I did for nearly 2 months. Because I've lost all of my overheads.
Yep.
And I'm charging to move out. So every time every job is a call out fee, everything, and it's just going crazy. And I used to do like 3 jobs a day. They take all day. I'm getting out at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm getting home by 11, and I've done them all. And I'm like, what is going on? Because I'm getting there. I need to get it done. I'm smashing it out, blah, blah. Whereas I was so down, and I didn't even know it till now. I was so fucking down that I would go and I'd open the shed. I'd wait an hour and a half for the coffee truck to rock up. I'd have a coffee. I'd watch some YouTube on whatever I was doing. Like, I used to fuck around so much, and it'd take 3 hours to do a service. I was so down, man. I just wasn't motivated.
And then you've got the other thing with people not showing up. You turn up at work, like the last week or 2 weeks, I've turned up here in the morning waiting on people. There's no shows. You ring them, leave a message, and they still no show, and then you've lost that hour of your day. At least with you being, and I say I can't do mobile. I tried, I can't do it. But being mobile, you're going to the person's house. They've got to be there. So yeah,
They can't
you're not
run
going to miss
away.
a job. Yeah, exactly right. You're going
I
to
will
them.
find you.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's not
Right.
like they can hide from you. Like, well, you didn't turn up, so I'm here now. So yeah.
That's it. Dude, what did I do? I did a job this morning. I can't even remember what it was because it's so insignificant. I think it was a suction control valve diagnosis. Like, I went out, changed a fuel filter on a Navara. We won't speak about it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nah, this thing needs a SCV for sure. And then all I had to do was go back to my storage shed, drain the old oils, fill up my new oils for this week, put a whole bunch of parts in the truck, and then I come home by lunchtime.
Oh wow!
I went and watched my daughter give a speech to her whole school.
Yeah.
And then stayed back. They're doing education week, so I pretty much went in the classroom and we learned how to make ice cream and all that stuff. And then I come home at 2:00, and my shed roof's been leaking water. Like, it's been because we had those massive storms that knocked my fence over and ripped half the roof off. I got home, got on the roof, and redid my whole shed roof in a couple of hours today.
Oh man, it's crazy. It's crazy. I know I've been here. I had a 200 series for a customer. I actually, TikTok follower. I bought his mum's car. I did that, and he bought his other car up to me, which is cool. So I got that done. A Pajero and a head unit. I've done 3 jobs today. By the time I finished, it was 5, and then I'm like, I'm trying to play with my own car, and then sit in the office and do paperwork. I left home at 5:30 this morning, and yeah,
Al's in here smashing out the work.
Yeah, Al was saying something about Triton, seeing the wiring in a Triton this week. Oh, dude, yeah. You mentioned Triton, so it scares me already. Serves a forklift Hyundai. Wow, he's yeah.
He's a man. He's a jack of all trades, old Al.
Yeah.
He's an Al of all trades.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If the car mummy is still here, I think she is.
I think she is.
I think it's time to introduce her.
I'm going to leave you in charge of this technological wizardry stuff, and I'm just going to sit here, mate. So,
Okay, so let's just try and do this smoothly. So, the car mummy, she made a video about my LDV steering wheel, and I contacted her and I said, hey, look, I've got the actual, that was my video, and I'll send it to you. I've sent her all of the related videos for that, and she basically reached out and said, hey, look, I'd like to have a chat with you on the mechanical side of things, red flags to look for, because her content is basically getting out and doing car reviews for brand new cars for her genre, which is the car mummy. So she's out looking for family vehicles, and I said to her, look, I'm going to consult the wizard because I don't ever undercut anybody, and I'm definitely interested if he's interested. It all went well, and we had about a 2-week backlog of shit talking to get through, which we're done now, so we're going to introduce her. So I'm going to try and grab her in here. I'm going to roll down. There she is. I'll send her an invite, and she should accept, and then she should make your square half the size and join in there somewhere, apparently.
Perfect. I've got nothing prepared tonight either. I know it's unusual for me because I'm never prepared for anything, but this is just going to be whatever comes out of my mouth comes out of my mouth. So we'll see what happens.
Well, that's good because I have been speaking to her for the last few days, and she's got a whole list of questions there, and she's going to basically go through them. A lot of them will be like new tech stuff, I think, which will probably be more for you, and then we can do the red flaggy type stuff for me. I have 7 questions written down here for her as well, and obviously we're just going to go through it the way we normally do. It's very impromptu, so we'll sort it out. Al's going
we'll just do our usual
workout and come back in 20 minutes. Okay, so I have tried to add you as a guest, it should bring up a box to accept, or down the bottom here with the pink and blue, the little guests and the invite down the bottom corner, you should be able to at least try and send us an invite or something. Or maybe even get out of the chat and come back in, and it'll give me an option to invite you because you have a certain amount of followers. Either way, we will work it out.
We'll work it out. We'll get there. We'll get there eventually.
She's on a computer, but she'll come back. But that's okay. We've got plenty of shit to talk.
Yeah.
I have an announcement to make, which is pretty interesting. From Wednesday onwards, I'm going to have my first employee.
There we go.
Yeah. And she is an absolute 10. I've employed my own wife, which I think...
You're definitely punching above your weight class, mate. So. I'm seeing Jazz, man. She's next level, mate.
11. She's 11 for me, so... Yeah. I've put her on as general duties and stuff because she does do a lot around behind the scenes for me, which is awesome. So she wasn't enjoying her last workplace and thought, what can we do? And I'm learning a little bit about business now because I've actually got the time to sit back and do it. And like, you know what? If I just pay you, that takes off. I'm paying you, which is paying us, and reducing my taxable income. And it's reduced my taxable income enough that even like the family tax benefit will go up. So it's a win-win-win-win situation.
I've been looking at the same thing, man. My wife drops in and out doing stuff, and she does admin for her workplace, and I'm like, maybe we should just put her on the books and just, because Jack's gone now, and I'm like, well, I'm saving like that $1,000 a week, so maybe I can pay her, even if it's 10 till 2 or 2-3 days a week. At least it's something, So
you could just pay her a lump, like just pay her every week. Doesn't matter about her hours at all.
Yeah, well, that's it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm going to pay her like on an $8.50 a week. I think we've worked out where it'll keep us in like the thresholds that we need to do. I put on ChatGPT and I'm like, okay, we've got this, and this. Make the best of all scenarios. Tell me exactly what I need to pay her. Come up with a figure. Bang, done.
Done. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. I keep looking on my taxes and things like that, and I'm looking through, and there's this one bloke that keeps taking money off me that I've never seen work here before. The Australian government, I think his name is. Jeez, mate, I'm losing so much money to this bloke, and I haven't seen him lift a finger in the shops. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know how to get rid of that.
I think I know him too. He'll jump up and down if you don't pay him.
He's already got his hand up for money, that's for sure. He doesn't miss a beat every Friday, I'll tell you. Yeah. Phil's going, would have been a red flag if it wasn't your wife.
Yeah, well, we've all got a secretary somewhere.
Exactly right, mate.
So I'm so happy about it. I'm going up here, Like I said, I just can't be happier. I'm doing everything that I can to sort it all out. So
we were meant to be also catching up. We've had in a couple of weeks, but because my father-in-law passed away, and we're doing a thing that weekend for him. So I'm working on a plan of flying to Newey on a Wednesday or Thursday, hire a car and hang out for 2 days with you, and then drive to Sydney for Friday night and then fly home Saturday morning. So I'm throwing that all together so I can still get down and catch up for a bit.
I did actually have written down 30th of August visit with a question mark.
Yeah. So it may end up being a couple of days before. So we'll see how it goes anyway. But I definitely want to get down, mainly because I need to get out of here. I need to get away for a few days because I'm full on with it, even not with my car and everything else that's been going on, but all the other stuff. Just full on doing my head in, man. I need some time away. I need just a little bit of me time, And getting down, hanging out with you would be just it's good. Just something.
This change is like a holiday, I tell you now.
Yeah.
So someone just said, how was it fixing James's Toyota? I don't know if he's done it. This was probably a couple of months ago now that he was down here because I made a bit of a Clout Wong hate video. It wasn't a hate video.
No,
It was just real.
Yeah.
We didn't really fix it, but I'm going to leave that to him. That's his little YouTube thing. We did. we bush fixed it. We army bush fixed it. But yeah, that thing,
fixed, man. If it was driving out, it's fixed.
bro, it's very fixed. I said this like what's his name? The mechanic Mick that you fucking that guy. He said his warranties is 1 crankshaft rotation warranty. After that, it's over, mate.
Yeah,
that's what James got. Okay, so I've got a number 1 pop up, which is I'm going to accept. Here she comes.
Looks
Now
like
that
it.
she's
We're
in
on. We're
here,
on.
and she's going to have immaculate audio. We just need to get your visual happening.
Hang on. What is going on? Can you see me?
No,
I
so
can hear you though.
yeah, so you've got your little portrait there. I think you just need to go, just play around with your options, and your camera will come up.
Yeah, I've got my camera on. I can see me. Here we go.
There you go.
Can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was on my computer, so everything's different. I never ever use my computer for TikTok. But I
Yeah,
was like, I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm like, how the fuck do I do this? So
I did
Yeah.
the
I
same.
mean-
First time I used my computer, I had to get my iPad and going back to the iPad because I couldn't get on. Same thing. I couldn't
I'm
accept
like-
the invites.
some guy was like, go with, like, hit the guests, and I'm like, I'm showing my age here. Where's the guests?
Yeah.
don't talk about age. You're going to hurt his
Yeah,
feelings.
look, the top square up here, this here, this is the oldest one out of anybody. So yeah, we won't go on age things. So, yeah.
I'll just
Yeah,
get down to
don't
I'll just get down to Noodles there. When you do come down here, we could potentially do a bit of a like meet and greet and hang out with a few people.
Yeah.
I could organise something with the car guys around here.
Yeah.
If I organise something, there will be 350 hot rods, but that's fine. We can do that.
That'd be awesome. It's going to be it'll either be probably a Wednesday or a Thursday. And
That's
then
all right.
Friday
That's
I've got to
all
drive
right
to
around here.
Sydney. So yeah.
Are you guys both in Newcastle?
No.
Oh,
So-
Well, I'm on
yeah.
the Sunshine Coast in Queensland.
oh, that's
So,
right.
yeah.
You are. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you were in Brisbane.
Yep. Brizzy. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Well, I guess we'll just rip straight in. I don't know, like Jez hasn't got any questions for you because he's had a
I'm
bad week.
very unprepared, put it that way. I just seem to leave all the hard stuff to Jez, and then I just jump on here and start talking, and whatever comes out comes out. So
Yeah.
and my TikToks are exactly the same. Like I don't know how to edit. I don't know how to do things. I just pick my phone up and start recording and just press load.
I think
and
that's
then
I
it
think
goes
that's
through,
the
it goes
best
through.
though. I think that whole concept on TikTok is really good because that's the kind of style and vibe people are chasing on TikTok. Sort of like real life events. That's probably why your LDV video did so well.
Yeah.
Yeah, like because people just want to see the truth, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it did too well for me because I ended up getting phone calls, like international phone calls about that.
Wow.
And I even had emails from companies or guys that were running companies in Germany, and I had to like translate the emails and resend them to them. Like it got crazy. I couldn't use my phone for 2 weeks.
Yeah, wow. You were like, I can't do this anymore.
I like it would constantly be going off. I couldn't use TikTok. I couldn't do anything because it was just you'd open it up and it was 99 plus across the board messages.
Yeah.
And then people get my phone number and yeah, it was crazy. But
Has business improved from that?
pardon?
Has business improved from that? Like, has your business like improved since that? Like,
Well, in that video, I said, it's taken 3 months for LDV to even look at repairing this steering wheel. And one of the phone calls I got was a guy that had seen me on TikTok before, or maybe even seen that video. He had direct links to China through SAIC and LDV and stuff. And he rang me and said, it gave me all the details. We emailed each other, set it all up on the computer and stuff. So he goes, look, I've got direct contact. If you ever have any LDV problems or parts, go through me. I'll go through China and directly import it to you. So that's kind of really increased my business potential there.
yeah, the ability to like have access to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, exactly right. And the reason it took 3 months was just because it's LDV, the company, but it's the dealerships. They buy the vehicles, as you would know,
Yeah.
and they have a budget. They have a budget for warranty and stuff, and they won't import a steering wheel or something like that because they're trying to save on their import costs. They need, like, say, 5 steering wheels, and it's not a common fault.
Yes, they'll wait until they have 5 issues and then import 5 at once. So you could be waiting a month. Yeah.
I had the same problem. I bought my wife an LDV G10 when they first came out, brand new G10, and we needed a family car. Couldn't afford a Toyota Hiace, a newer Hiaces. They were way out of my price range. So the G10 was $42,000. I'm like, perfect. It was an 8-seater or 7-seater. Had all the room in the world. Thought it was a great car. 3 months into owning it, had water leaks. Like, it was leaking through the sunroof and all sorts of things. And we had ongoing issues from the day that I put in a complaint about it. We owned the car for 3 years. And in that time, they didn't fix the sunroof. They didn't fix the leaks. The seatbelts went mouldy. The passenger one wouldn't retract. Like, it was leaking through the aircon.
Once you've got mold, that's it. Like, that should be a write-off. Yeah.
But then I went back and I said to them, okay, I want this all repaired. And then I brought up the seatbelts being mouldy and things like that. They said, that's not part of the warranty process because it's a leak in the roof, not the seatbelts, even though it was causing the problems.
Yeah.
But in the years when I got rid of the car, I've still got Chinese cars now. I've got a Tank 300 and a Tank 500.
I love the tanks though. Like, I must say, GWM is like they have come a long way and they've been around since the 80s as well. So I think we'll start to see, how like Hyundai and, those sorts of brands have become sort of like entry-level luxury now. I think we will see that with
I think they're starting to get better because I was reading something the other day about was it the Canon outsold the Hilux or something?
And the Canon is really nice.
Yeah, I had a Canon first.
The new Canon with the sports bar, like it's like black powder coated. Like it actually, like it's got like a pretty aggressive stance as well. Like it looks quite, it culturally in terms of car culture, ute vibes. Like it looks. I think it looks something I would drive.
They look really, really good. And some of the things, so you get a lot of the big 4-drive companies, like Dash Off-Road and a few others that were buying, and Savage Tech in Brisbane, and they were buying them and taking them up. And like, well, you car mum, you probably know, Beer O'Clock Hill up here is a 4-wheel drive test track, and they.
Wow.
Yeah, Springs out near Warwick. Yeah, very good. I haven't had any dramas with mine. I had a Canon, didn't have problems with it. I bought the 300, which my wife now owns. I've got the 500, which she wants, so I'm going to give her that and take the 300 back. And
does your 500? Does it have like it looks like it's the Starlight headliner in the dash? Yeah, they're taking that out now. I can't believe they.
Oh, really? Oh, that was cool. Yeah.
Like the last time I saw it.
I've never wanted to vomit more in my mouth than I do now. Talking about
He's like, I'm leaving the chat. You're like, I'm leaving. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, Jez is like shaking his head, like, I'm done. I'm out of here. But
I can't. Like, I know you were saying Hyundai when they first came out, but they like kicked goals. They rolled all 6s with the Hyundai XL. And when you go,
I saw your video about the XL. Yeah.
This rain's gonna kill me.
Yeah, I can hear it now, man. I can hear it now.
Okay, that's all right. I was going to say, when I went to Alice Springs, I don't know if you know this story, but me and a mate were flipping on TikTok and we ended up getting enough money to go to Alice Springs and buy a Mercedes coach. And we drove it home from there and ended up snapping a tail shaft in the middle of the desert. And we're stuck in the desert for like 3 nights and it was crazy and we documented it all. But it took until nearly Adelaide to see our first Chinese car. They just don't make it out in the middle of the country.
Yeah, because I think as well, like obviously people are really apprehensive about reliability. Like if you're out in the country, if you had a car, if I had to pick a car if I had to have one car, if I was told I could have one car.
Toyota.
Toyota.
A 300 series. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon. A 300, easily.
But they're all
Well-
going on about reliability and things with Chinese cars, and they're not reliable. But then they're importing like F trucks from the States and Silverados, and even then you can't get bits for them at the moment as well. So like I love big trucks and things like that, but Silverados, I'm doing a lot of Silverado fit outs lately, and a lot of people aren't buying Toyotas anymore. A lot of the tradies and a lot of the grey nomads, they're not buying Toyota. They're going for Chevy Silverado. They're going for Dodge Rams. They're going for the new F trucks for
Silverado, like because they're having GMSVs having like quite a few engine issues.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some people are like live or die America, you know.
Yeah.
Like
Is it the Dodge Ram bringing the V8 back because they didn't have it? They're not having the Hemi anymore. We're getting rid of it, and there was such a big stink about it. I heard that the next one is going to have it again.
I honestly don't know what some of these manufacturers are doing. Like they're taking away the V8 Patrol as well. Obviously, the V8 Land Cruiser. Like that's their whole market basically. I don't know what they're doing. I think they're all backflipping on their decisions at. Once they've sort of like rolled out, like I'm not into EVs. Anyone that knows me knows I'm not into that. I'm not into hybrids. I'm not into EVs. I like my husband and we're into motorsport. We're like the EV thing kind of scares me a little bit. I think they're great. But now they're sort of like winding back on engines and things like that. It's a little bit concerning. It's like, are we all going to be driving EVs eventually?
No,
I don't believe we are.
Yeah, no, I don't think we will either.
No.
So no.
No way. Some countries
the power grid won't support it anyway. Can you imagine if everyone went EV and plugged in at night and shut the power grid down? We'd have no power in Australia. It's crazy.
I
There's
actually
a thing the other day, Jez. Which was it, Sydney or somewhere they shut the power down to all the EV charging stations, and everyone in the town freaked out because they couldn't charge their EV cars.
And that's it. They can shut it down.
I have a mate a few Christmases ago, when it was around here, there's only one supercharger for all of Newcastle, and there was just this report of all these Teslas and all these cars lining up for ages, and I went on to My Plates and I ordered custom plates for my mate because he's got 3 of them, and he sent me a message the next morning and he's like, "What's this?" I'm like, "It's your new number plates, man." All I had to do was like press accept, and it was 3HRW8. And he's like, 3 hour wait. I'm like, there you go, brother. That's
so good.
That's so funny. But he never ended up getting them, the bastard.
Oh, hell yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, but I mean, I think that's the thing too. I watch a lot of stuff. Like I watch a lot of YouTube and things like that, and they're always doing gas versus EV and things like that. And there's things like, you know, the waiting for it. Yeah, it's cheaper to do it, but it's taking you long to get places. You go to where a charge station is, you can't charge it, then you might not get to your next destination. You turn up there and you could have a 3 hour wait to charge your car sometimes. So,
and at this point in time to do it opportunistically, like when you're doing groceries. But if you're going like a long distance, say we're going, the only long distance drive I've ever done is Brisbane to Sydney, and think about how many stops you need to make, like the things like how much, you know, cargo you're carrying, how many passengers you've got, the weight all plays a role in your like distance. Like it's the same with petrol or diesel as well. But, you know, you go to the petrol station, you pull in, it's 5 minutes and off you go. And there's a hell of a lot more petrol stations than there are charging stations. And I've been doing a lot of EV stuff lately and trying to really get a feel for it. And, you know, I brought one home last week and my husband was like, "Sorry, what the fuck? Why is it saying it's going to be 48 hours like at home, just an hour?"
I don't think with my kids I could pull into a charge station and have to spend 45 minutes with the kids. They'd flip out and I'd lose my mind. I'd have to drive off without charging because I'd just lose my shit. I couldn't put up with them. Not even getting fuel, and that's a 5-minute stop. That's hard enough for the kids in the car.
Well, as you know, Jez, all of my stories and my TikTok stuff, I work off my personal experiences. Rackers is here saying a bloke did Brisbane to Sydney in a Tesla, a hire car. It took him 17 hours, including charging. I drove a Tesla to Melbourne. 21 hours it took us, and we didn't stop. Like, we just kept going the whole time. And the reason is there's no infrastructure along the highway. So we leave, like, Central Coast. We had to go 3 o'clock in the morning. We're on the top of Tuggerah supermarket charging this thing. And then by 4 o'clock, we're on the highway. Now we pulled back into the service station almost straight away because we were hungry. So we ate, we got in the car, we went back out, and then we're driving again. Oh, we had to pull into a netball court 15 minutes off the highway in some little town to find the next charger. Took an hour and a half to charge. By the time we got back on the highway, we're off at the next servo again because I had to go to the toilet. He had to have a coffee. And so this happens and happens and happens. Took 21 hours. We left at 3 o'clock in the morning. We got to Melbourne, to my uncle's house, just before 1 a.m.
Bloody hell, yeah. That's crazy.
That's a long time, man.
Yeah, and then you're losing the time in kilometers you take to find the charging station.
Yep.
You're driving unwanted kilometers off route, you know?
Yeah. And get lost. Like, you're sitting there going, okay, where are we?
Yeah, and then what happens if you lose power in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even the charging things at home, setting your charging stations up at home. I have a few of my friends that have just bought C-Line 7s, two people. And what they do is they're charging theirs at the shopping centre here. So they go to the shopping centre a weekend, do a full charge, and then they try to only trickle charge at home because it takes so long to charge a car up with just plugging into a normal outlet. And they're like, I said, oh, well, they don't want to put a charger in because they're renting at the moment. So they're like, I don't want to put a charger in the house I'm renting at and then have to have it removed. So is that another thing you got to worry about? If you don't own your house, you put a charging station
Well, I mean, I'm into, like, if I had an EV, I probably wouldn't install one of those big batteries in my house. I just wouldn't want one in my house in general. But one of my husband's friends, he works in basically electrical infrastructure, and he said, like, he's attended quite a few like spontaneous combustions because of just over exertion of the infrastructure. And it happens, unfortunately.
You're seeing more. Is there also there's a company that I saw on the news that transports cars, the shipping company that's refusing to import EVs now because of the fires on the ships.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah. So they reckon that no more EVs. We're not bringing them in because they're too dangerous. So,
well, I think the LiPo4 batteries now are a little bit safer. I actually saw him do a drill test on, it was even the first Tesla batteries from like the 2013, 2015 model stuff. And they get a hole and they're smoking and they're on fire in maybe 40 seconds. The new ones they like drill a hole in it. And it was like 10 minutes later, I think it went to 60 degrees and it started cooling itself down and it didn't catch on fire.
Yeah.
I actually put 2 lithium batteries in my motorhome and I said I'll never do that. The AGMs died because I put an Xbox in there and the kids wanted to play Xbox, killed the batteries. I thought I'll get these lithium ones because they're 100 amp hours, but I can run them to 0, whereas the AGMs are 130, but they only are 70% efficient, so it's basically 100 hours anyway. And you can't run them to 0.
And then you've got the weight saving, mate. You're putting them in your motorhome. Like, how much? What are they, like 50 kilos or something? And then you're down to 15 or 20, whatever they are.
34 kilos each. The LiPo4s, which I only got because they're LiPo4 and they're not dangerous, 10.5.
Yep, there you go. See,
So that's a saving of 45 kilos.
Yeah,
which is that's both my kids. Like
exactly right. Yeah. But I mean, technology's come a long way with you even look at power tools, and you know everyone's gone lithium batteries, and they are getting better. But as far as vehicles go, I'm not set on it. It's just not for me, type of thing. I've got a hybrid at the moment, and that annoys me driving. I actually saw Car Mummy's one about back and driving with an electric car. Oh,
I was like, tap it in.
I try and leave my driveway some mornings, and you hop in the car, you lift your foot off the brake, and it launches forward because it's on the electric motors. So
the regen braking sends me like it's you know that's the one thing that really makes you know that you're in an EV and you're not. You basically, it makes me feel out of control because even when I turn the regen braking off, it's still got a certain element of the regen braking for the sustainability factor of the energy. And it's like you can't just reverse parallel roll into a car spot by taking your foot off the accelerator, or if you're in a manual, like taking your foot off the clutch, sort of just like rolling it out, you know, you can't do that.
Yep.
You're just stopped immediately. So it's like really nerve-wracking doing a simple maneuver into a car space. You feel like you're going to hit something because if you tap it that little bit too hard, you feel like you're going to launch like a rocket into the another car.
So have you ever driven a Tesla?
I have, and it's like driving a go-kart. Like Tesla have the worst regenerative braking, like the worst.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't really like, I thought the features of the Tesla was cool, but yeah, it feels unsafe to have regenerative braking. Like I actually feel one of the concepts of it is obviously for the energy conservation, but it's also supposed to be like a safety feature. It slows down before it's preemptively braking. Because if you're taking your foot off the accelerator, it's because you want to slow down. So it's like preemptively braking to, you know, slow you down. But I actually feel like it's more of a hazard than it is a safety feature. Obviously, the main feature of it is to conserve the energy. But
I had one for 3 months. I borrowed off the same guy that I tried to get those plates for. He gave me his like fastest one, which had $20,000 worth of upgrades, which is a download, which annoys me because I'm like, so the car has the potential to do that, but like he's gone from 680 to 850 horsepower with a download. Anyway, that car, if you're doing 80 k's an hour and you come to a 60k zone and you're 100 meters from the 60 zone, all you have to do is lift your foot and it's straight to 60 and then you're back down again. Like the braking is really harsh on them, I feel.
Yeah.
And you have to accelerate to move, which was another thing because all of my stuff is autos, even the big stall like muscle cars and that, where they will still, okay, my Commodore doesn't roll, but like my truck and all that will. You have to put your foot down to move it, which is...
Yeah, it's scary. It's kind of scary, right? Because into it, I want to like it's the weirdest thing. You have to accelerate. So I think that video that I did about tap it in, like that's literally, it's like tap tap taparoo. Like that's what it feels like. It feels like
it's fun. I watched your video on that, and then I went home that night and I pulled in the driveway and I parked about a foot from the garage, and then I'm like, touch the accelerator, jam the brake, and I'm like, it's back in my head again. I can hear it. So
All you can hear is Adam Sandler being like, tap it in. Yeah.
No, definitely. Yeah.
Well, this EV talk got really disgusting really quick. Let's just change it.
Chinese EV, get off my channel.
Like I'm done. Let's just do something else. So.
No, let's do what we're gonna do. So I did write some questions down for you. My first one here is, you're doing car reviews, and I think you're doing the car mummy reviews, so that you're looking for cars for a family, which is awesome because you know, work tradies and all that stuff, they can go do their own thing, and there's a lot of, especially mums or even, you know, guys these days, let's be real, that don't know anything about vehicles and they want to watch your videos and see exactly what they're looking at and exactly what they're doing. But we were discussing it before. I think the technology that they're creating is making drivers worse because you put them into something old and they're not used to not having that feature. But also, what would be your top three? Because I don't deal with many new cars. Like most of them go through dealerships for 5 to 7 years before I see them.
Yeah.
What would be your top three and your bottom three new technologies? Like the new technologies that come in, you go, that's awesome. And then the next three, which would be like, for me, I think that's a waste of time and space.
So lane assist really pisses me off because it like shakes the steering wheel, like, and it's like, whoa. Sometimes I'm like, holy shit, I'm driving along normally and I'm like verging closely to the line and my steering wheel's like, shaking. And that's really distracting because that can cause someone to do a sudden like pull into the barrier or something like that. Another one that I really, really hate is the driver monitoring. So mine's not super touchy in my car, but and you can turn these features off, but a lot of these cars you actually have to turn them off every time you hop in. So it like basically resets once you get in, and unless you have like your driver profile set up, or sometimes it just doesn't stay because it's part of the safety feature is that it needs to reset every time you hop in the car, right? It's really annoying. So the driver monitoring is probably super annoying. I would say they're probably the two that irritate me the most, but they're also coming out with so many driving safety features now. Like there's rear occupant protection, like check that your passenger in the rear is out. Like it just kind of like loses its value because there's so many notifications going off now. Like another dad, I think, just left his child in the car and they died. And that rear occupant protection, whilst it's a really good feature to say check rear passengers, we have so many notifications going on. We've become so avoidant to them all.
Yeah.
So they lose their effectiveness. They might as well not even be there. And I don't know if you guys saw
safety features. People turn them off in the cars. I know when I hop in my car, I go swipe down, bang, turn them off.
They're all turning them off. I think the only one that they legally need to have is the speed one. I could be wrong, but when I actually went,
the auto braking now.
Oh, okay, yep.
So, like, if someone comes out in front of you, the vehicle has to be able to satellite pick it up and automatically brake.
Yeah.
That came in
Even that's not very accurate. Mine does that. I did a trip not long ago out towards Esk and Kilcoy in the middle of nowhere out here. And we're driving along, me and my wife driving along, we're doing 100, we're chatting, and I just sort of looked over at chat, and then all of a sudden jumped on the brakes. There was no one around, there was nothing at all. It was like a shadow interrupted, and it just about locked the brakes up at 110.
Yeah, that's happened to me in the Tesla.
Yeah.
Another one I do hate as well, when I had an Audi Presense. If you've had an Audi, you know exactly what it is. I'll be driving out my driveway, and it's like,
yep.
You know, because it thinks there's a kid behind me, but it's actually like a rock.
Yeah. I do that
I'm like rolling out the driveway and it just stops, slams out of nowhere, and the seatbelt tightens.
Yep.
And sure, that could be like a really good safety feature in the wrong circumstance. You're about to have an accident, but it's mostly in everyday situations. It's inaccurate.
Yeah.
So, what would be your best three, you reckon? Like, what are the three where you're driving and you go, oh, you know what? I'm really glad that car has that. Like, for me, I would assume the
light on the mirror.
Yeah. That for me would be a good thing. I also like the self-tinting mirrors. You can turn that on and off.
Yeah.
But like, I really like driving my cars. So it's like my wife has a Skoda RS.
Apparently the Skodas are really good from what I'm hearing overall. Like,
she's like, this car just knows me. Like, she'll be driving it, and actually she just come in here.
Yeah, I saw that. Can't chop traffic.
Yeah, she can't chop through traffic with her Skoda because of the auto braking. And she goes hard too. So she's always hammering that car around. And I've been in the car with her, and the whole dash goes red, and it goes and it hits the brake. Goes, and she's like, I'm just trying to
cruise control. When you're on cruise control on the highway, you got the adaptive. And then you want to overtake someone, so put your indicator and you go to pull out, but you're too close to the car in front, so it starts braking. You literally get run into from behind. It's like,
Well, yeah. I don't know if you know that I went to ANCAP a couple months ago. I went and watched the Kia Tasman. Yeah. I can talk about it now because the embargo's been lifted and the information's been released. But we did like a real deep dive into, where the future of ANCAP lies, the history, like the percentage of deaths. And, a lot of people do think ANCAP is a load of shit. But when I went there and I saw it as a holistic perspective, because they look at they look at sort of pedestrians as well. So whilst for that specific car, someone might be like, okay, well, it got, a 5-star, but that was because it's protecting, passengers and people, pedestrians. And it's the method to the madness does work on an overall perspective for our country, because I guess they're sort of like hitting safety targets for everyone that is on the road. So you've got like cyclists, pedestrians and things like that. So it's just crazy to see that sort of from a holistic perspective. It's not always necessarily about the crash test or the specific car. It might be about, keeping other people safe as well. But one thing that I found really interesting was that they're potentially looking at all the bings and bongs in the future, like all these sounds that are going off, especially in these Chinese EVs. I have to switch them all off because it's like bing, 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 bing. And I hopped in a Geely the other week and I could hear this like music playing outside the car. And I said to the guy, like, what is that? And he was like, oh, that's to alert passengers. And I could hear this music outside the car. So ANCAP in the future in the foreseeable future, to start looking at like what is intolerable and distractions for drivers in terms of notifications. So that is something that has obviously quite clearly been complained about enough for them to sort of like consider that in the safety process. I've been told they're starting to sort of like research what can a person tolerate, like what's the average tolerance for stimulation in a car. And everyone's different. Like if I'm having, an overstimulated day, I'm just like, I need to get out of this car sort of thing, or turn them all off. But that is something, because it's obviously a distraction. It is. Everyone's talking.
So many people turn a lot of the features off because they're just over the top safety features that aren't.
They are, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get anxiety from the Kenworth low air alarm, which is such a high pitched squeal when there's no air. If you're working on a truck and you put the ignition on and it's got no air, it sits there, and that it's so high pitched that hang on, I've got to put a little picture across here so I don't get kicked off my live. It's so high pitched that it changes frequencies wherever you go. But I was going to say, I never knew how those LDV T60s got a 5-star rating, and now I know it's because of the pedestrians. They're always fucked and broken down, and they can't hit anyone. That's it. It has to be it. That's the only way.
They're saving people's lives by not being on the road.
It is insane to see like, first of all, it's insane to watch the crash. It's actually quite like humbling. You're like, holy shit, I shouldn't like be distracted when I'm going 50 kilometers, because the frontal offset collisions conducted at 50 kilometers, and it's just crazy. But it's the amount of testing that goes into it and things that we don't see behind the scenes when buying the car is just wild. But it's good to see that those sort of assessments of stimulation in the car in terms of noise is going to start playing a part in the assessment process. Like, is it more distracting than it is safe? Because at the moment, I think it's more distracting.
Yep.
Because
I've never thought about it. I've never thought about it because I don't know if it's something that maybe it's a bloke thing, like literally a biological thing for us. They do annoy me, but not to the point where like I'm gonna have not to the point I'm just gonna take a hammer to my own car. But yet my wife can be like that. She can be like little things that have built up through a day, and she comes home and she's like, I just need to hide in my room for 20 minutes. Whatever the kids doing, whatever, you do that for 20 minutes, I'm going to murder everyone. And I don't know if that's just like a woman thing, like you're saying that they do distract you. I've never really experienced that. What about you, man?
Some of the stuff annoys me a little bit, but not to the point where I'm like, same thing, like, well.
I think it's as well because we've got the kids in the car and it's like, mum, 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 mum. Yeah. And then it's like, bing, bing. And it's like, the kids are like, mum. And I'm like, like what's more important, and I feel torn and overstimulated. I definitely think women probably suffer from that more. I always say my husband's ears are painted on.
Yeah. I got that a lot too. I got selective hearing. I hear what I want to hear, apparently. So yeah.
And I've got 2 little boys, so their ears are painted on as well.
Yeah. I only hear like a bird fly past the house at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then I have to look at the roof for another 3 hours until I can go back to sleep.
Oh no, that's so annoying.
Well, what's my next one that I've got here? We already spoke about that one. Is there anything coming up? No, I think we've already spoke about anything new coming up that we should be looking forward to that you might know about that we don't.
I don't think so. I'm pretty transparent with things unless there's like embargoes on it. I don't think so. Are you talking about in terms of safety features or just the car?
Technology, anything that might be handy. Like, yeah, I mean, you've got Care Carnivals and stuff that you're saying. I saw today with like the automatic opening doors. They're talking about the doors being like finger jam proof. Yeah, I've got a mate that bought one. He chopped his fingers off in the bloody door. So it's sort of like, is a real world the same as the advertising world? Never. But
well, I've got a Ford Tourneo at the moment, right? And how's this? The gear shift is on the right, where an indicator would traditionally be in a Ford.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm driving along, and I go to indicate left, and the car goes because I've used the gear shift instead of the indicator, and it says wrong gear selection. So it's like kicked back in to it's obviously got an auto function.
Yeah.
But is that weird? Like, that shouldn't be happening.
If you turn left and go into neutral, just don't turn right because you might go into reverse.
Yeah.
110's going off the highway, spin around 3 times.
And that's what I was thinking, and I was like, shit, I don't even want to figure out if that's the thing. But surely that would have been rigorously tested, putting the gear shift on the right.
I just think that they shouldn't ever change the traditional layout of a car like that. Like, you've got indicators and you've got your wipers.
Yeah.
Okay, if you go to Sweden, swap them over, whatever. Yeah. Don't put gear stick up here and then, open your doors here. It's not an aeroplane. Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, it's funny that you say that because my kids have been calling it the aero truck, but this is like an aeroplane on wheels. But it's just so weird getting into a Ford with a gear shift, like the indicator on the left.
Yeah.
And I drive a Euro, so I'm used to the indicator on the left. I mean, I don't even know how to indicate. I drive a BMW, right?
Got a blinker fluid. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. What's a blinker? I don't even know. I've never heard of it. Don't know him. But I just was like, I was going about 30 kilometers, and I was like, holy shit, it really scared me. And then I was like, what happens if I did that on the freeway? And then my mind goes to bad places.
I think it'd be a certain speed that it would disengage a gear, but I don't think it should ever, it'd sort of be up on the speed though in my mind. I don't think it should ever go to reverse.
That's what I mean. Mechanically, that can't happen, right? I'm like, I hope not.
It should be a speed where you can't select reverse. If it's on that side of the car, you'd think they'd have it set so you cannot accidentally bang it into neutral. Like that you'd think it'd be a safety feature. Above a certain speed, they lock the neutral lockout or something. But
I was going to say, Phil said, how do you feel about the dial for the gear selection? I know that's in a lot of Land Rover, Range Rover stuff. I don't mind that. I do like being able to hold on to something and smash something when I'm angry, but
I don't think we can talk about Land Rovers and stuff, but we'll get in trouble, won't we?
Yeah. Surprised I haven't had my cease and desist from them yet.
Car Mummy's had a bit of a run-in with, was it Land Rover?
Yeah, I had a Defender, brand new, multiple screen replacements. Someone ran a stop sign, T-boned me, couldn't get a door. They couldn't provide a door. I was off the road for 9 months, but it was in and out of the shop multiple times. Screen, pixelated screen going completely black, no music, no cameras, which is, it sounds super privileged to be like, oh no, none of this. But when you've got kids in the back screaming for little kids, I want my music. And, I'm trying to reverse park with the Defender, which has a big wheel on the back in a shopping center. And I can't see anything. The kids are going off the rocket. It makes it difficult because I purchased it with those features, and it's now it wasn't undrivable until someone T-boned me, and my door wasn't it was really bad. But just the fact their customer service, then they sent me other people's correspondence, they breached people's privacy. I asked them not to contact me anymore because they were so rude. And then they continued to contact me. It was just one thing after another. And I can't in good conscience ever advocate that someone buy a Land Rover. I just could never. we've had clients brand new sports blow up. So yeah.
See, people are giving Chinese cars a shit name, and then you've got Range Rover.
Go spend 150 grand on a car, and it's a heap of shit, basically.
Yeah. So it's not just a particular brand. It's not a Chinese brand or a Toyota thing or a Ford. Like you look at Ford Ranger issues with it, but like I wasn't aware of Range Rovers being that bad. I've worked on Range Rovers, and they are difficult to work on, especially fitting things like we don't do a lot of accessories because you can't do stereos and you can't change a lot of that stuff in the new vehicles. But even to fit an Anderson plug to I did a Defender doing an Anderson plug in a UHF. It took me all day. That should have been a 2-hour job, but it took me 8 hours because by the time you had to pull it apart to get cables through, I couldn't fit cables through. I couldn't get through the firewall. I couldn't. There was just so many things that I couldn't do in those cars. It just took me forever. So I've virtually banned European cars from my shop. I won't work on them. I won't work on Mercedes, BMWs, Audis, Peugeots. I don't work on anything European because you can tap the wrong fuse or disconnect something and it goes in limp mode and my scan tool will not clear limp code. It's got to go back to the dealer again. It's not worth the headache of something happening that, it might be just you might pop a fuse and replace it, but then the car's in limp mode and the customer comes pick it up like, oh, well, you can't take your car. It's got to go back to the dealership. So
so they're like, why did I bring it to you in the first place?
It's the same even mechanically. Like I saw one the other day and the sump plug was a triangle. So now I have to go and buy a special tool just to open the sump plug, and then you get there, get back, crack it. Where's the oil filter? Oh, it needs a special tool. Like, it's ridiculous. And then when you were saying before, first world problems, my screen doesn't work. For me, a radio and wiper blades are my two sort of big safety
non-negotiables.
Yeah. No, because you don't know when it's going to rain, so you can't have fucked wiper blades, and you don't know when you're going to get tired and you need to listen to Pauline Hanson bang on or something. I don't know. It just you need to have those. Just like that. It's a fatigue issue for me, and the wiper blades are a safety issue. So like,
big time.
They're sort of. I know you're saying, oh no, it's trivial. It's not, because they're, like you said, they're part of the car. And they are a fatigue-related thing. Like, you've got all the bings and bongs now. So what are you going to leave your screen off, and then every time you nod off, it sings you, 3 Blind Mice or whatever it does. So, it's if a car doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like, technically, if the police pulled you over and said, oh, hey, that screen's broken, you're going to get defected because you've got no reverse camera, which is safety. You've got no radio, which is fatigue. You've got no probably air condition controls. You can't demist your windscreen. Like, it's a big thing. Yeah. So, I don't know too much about new Land Rover stuff. I have a lot of experience ex-Army with the old stuff, and I love it, even though a lot of it's probably an Isuzu shoehorned in to make these little Army trucks that we used to roll around in. Never have really had too many issues with those Range Rover Land Rovers.
A lot of the newer stuff's the technology they're packing into the cars. They're putting too much stuff in it, and it's making it just so things are failing. And it could be there was, I think, when COVID come through, and they had there's 2 Chinese companies that made the chips for just about every vehicle on the planet, and one of their factories burnt down. And then we couldn't get chips, so there was millions of cars sitting at the dock that could not be sent out because chip failures. So then they were getting the cheapest ones they couldn't putting in vehicles, and they're having so many vehicles with failures going on because they're using.
I heard about that. Yeah.
And like also,
they even stopped a sale of some cars because of they couldn't get the chips. I can't remember what car it was.
Let's just say
my husband's just walked in.
Yeah.
Do you remember what car they had to stop selling because they couldn't get the chips? Was it an Audi? Yeah. Remember they couldn't get the chip for the car?
That sounds about right. So it would be a Euro thing. But that's like you've said you've paid 150 grand for a car and then, the screen's broken.
Yeah.
But then Jez is saying there's so much technology in them. You've paid 150 grand, but that's like the engine, the gearbox, all of this technology that have gone into fuel economy. You've got every sensor under the sun around it, and ABS systems and EBs and all these control systems. And they're like, we've got this cool car going. Let's put a $50 screen in it. Like,
Yeah.
so the that's what's going on with that. It's just too much.
Yeah.
Do you make the car $300,000 and put all good stuff in it?
Yeah.
Or you make it $150 and the door handles fall off every now and again and shit. You know what I mean? So, what have I got? My next question was for you. Red flags for new buyers. I know you're doing cars, like, and you're going through and saying, hey, for a family, this is the 7-seater, etc. But red flags for you, it doesn't even have to be for the vehicle. I know a lot of people, they are having a lot of trouble with their Isuzu dealerships and their LDV dealerships. They sell the car, then they don't want to know you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess a couple of things that I've recommended to people is join a Facebook page of the car that you were thinking about buying. Like, if you are thinking about buying an LDV D90, go join LDV D90 Owners Australia. You will see every bad thing. Pardon? You're like, can I not do that?
I'll be fine.
I'll actually pay to not do that.
I'm going to sign up right now.
So that's a really good thing as well. And just like also making sure you're buying obviously from an ethical dealer, because go read their reviews. Like, just because they're like a Hyundai dealership doesn't mean that a lot of these dealerships are family owned. A lot of them are owned by big motor groups, as you probably would already know. And, you're just another number. The dealerships we work with directly are all extremely ethical. They do good practice. They do good business. And that's why we send our clients there, because we know, one, that they're not going to get fucked around. And two, if there's any issues, am I allowed to swear on TikTok Live? I think
you can now.
I haven't been kicked off yet.
Yeah.
Two, the thing is, like, we know that if there is any issues, because unfortunately you don't get to pick the car. No one picks a lemon. We're just given that, we know that they'll deal with it sort of in an ethical and prompt manner. But it's just about doing that sort of, like, I guess, research, finding out what owners are saying about the cars, just being like really invested. If you're at that point of purchase, that you're going to make that purchase, like, go join the Facebook groups, go research the dealership that you're buying it from, because that's really going to matter. But for me as a mum, one of the biggest things, if I bought like a 3-row car, which is what I've done, the seat belt is attached to the car, so it's going to affect the kids' like car seat if you go into the 3rd row. So I might as well have just bought a 5-seater. But
and it's not just one particular brand either. Like you were saying about dealerships and things not happening and stuff not being done right and they're treating you badly. It's not one particular brand. I've noticed that it's every brand. You could mention a brand and in the comments there'd be some person that goes, oh, they're a bunch of assholes.
No, heap of shit. So
exactly right. Yeah, definitely.
Well, like for you, for example, you don't want to touch.
Work on it. So as cool as they are, and they're amazing cars and they go fast, I can't work on them. So
yeah.
I'm having a few technical difficulties here, but that's all good. Just on the laptop, it keeps cutting us out. So the kids must be playing I don't know, Quake 3 or something. I don't know. Okay. And my last
Some guy said, I'd be embarrassed to join an LDV Facebook group.
Yeah. All right, you need to read some of our comments. We got a lot of guys that come in here every week. Like, you got Al there, Blown German.
Yeah, Al's always here. Rackus is, Cody's here.
And they hammer the comments. We have some good laughs here with what the
boys.
We
miss them a lot of times. We had to go back and reread our comments because we get carried away talking and we miss everyone's comments. We had to go back and again and try and reply to everyone. It's like we keep saying, if we miss your comment, we don't mean to. We've got to go back through them again. So
yeah, we get on fire in here, and yeah, it's funny. So
yeah, definitely, yeah.
No, so the quality of the video won't change. It's just so my laptop's running off a different internet, so I'm using my phone internet. It's using the house, and
yeah, it's not affecting anything we can see. But another thing that I did a video yesterday on like a code reader. Just, you know, if you're buying a used vehicle, obviously make sure the PPSR is clear, like things like that people do not know. Like if you're going to go buy a used vehicle, make sure you do a PPSR. It costs you a couple bucks. If you're going to go inspect a vehicle, potentially take someone with you that actually knows what they're looking at. And, you know, you can get one of those code readers that I posted about yesterday for like $100, $80 to $100.
Yeah.
To see if there's any sort of red flags with the car. I did a video about, you know, buying a used car. What are some red flags? Like, you know, not providing the VIN number of the vehicle, like could be a WOVA, you don't know. And this is all things that isn't sort of like common knowledge if you're not in the industry, you're not buying and selling cars every day, or maybe you've only ever bought a brand new car and now you want to buy a used car. There's just so much information for us, especially as women, because let's not lie, like, you know, there's only sort of really been a space for women in the automotive industry, you know, recently, and I would say the last couple years. It is unfortunately a male-dominated industry. That's just how it is.
Oh, but I've actually noticed some of the comments on your videos are just horrible. I've seen some of the stuff that blokes say to you. It's like, how do you like?
It doesn't bother me though. It's just like it. That's just something that they're dealing with. I'm like, biologically, like, yes, women were in the kitchen and men were on working or doing. I'm not.
Look at it.
I don't take offense to that. I really like. Yeah,
which is good, but I mean, there's a lot of people that would that get like butthurt over.
Yeah, I'm not a feminist. I'm absolutely not a feminist. I'm not like girl power. Like I'm not like that at all. I'm like, cool. I'll hop in the kitchen, but I'll also like go hop in my car and drive it around the track. You know, I don't really care. I'm like, if people want to say that stuff, but it's traditionally men were the ones who did the car buying. And I was on a radio segment a couple of weeks ago and we were just talking about, you know, traditions and how it's sort of like flip the scripts now. The wives are telling the husbands, I want a V8 Patrol, you know, they are like, this is the car I want. I want a Toyota Prado. Like they are the ones making a lot of the car calls now, because it's sort of become more, the information is broken down. You know, I that's what I aim to do. I sort of like aim to like break that information down for mums, like to sort of help get them into cars and get them interested in cars from that perspective. But yeah, it's good to see like a bit of a shift with that as well.
Well, I've seen a massive shift in just like a Honda Jazz will drive past, slammed on its guts. And, you know, you sit there and go, oh, there's a little chick driving that. And it's just like a dude with his hair like this. And then some big jacked up Colorado comes up over the train bridge.
And it's a chick.
And, you know, those big sunnies, and she's chewing gum and having around with a little bandana. And I'm like, man, what is going on?
Coming here, man. Like there's chicks, there's two ladies that I know that have got Y62 Patrollers V8s that sound insane. That's their car. That's what they want. They love it. And jacked up Hiluxes and things and Collies and all that sort of stuff. And then a few girls coming in Sylvia's and Skylines.
Yeah, I feel like there's quite a big JDM culture with women like in the car scene. But it's so funny because I'm talking to some of these wives and they're like, yeah, I'm going to get a 2-inch lift. I'm going to get like, you know, like they're talking about all these like mods that they're going to do to their 4x4. And they're like, oh no, it's for me, not for my husband. But it's kind of a win-win because, like, you know, if that's the mum car, the husband gets to drive that on the weekend.
Yeah. Well, actually, Belly's in the comments here. It's a good mate of mine, Barbell. He's been here working with me. He's absolute legend. But a couple of weeks ago, we did.
He's got out of that trailer.
Yeah, he was stuck in the trailer. Yeah, the big Sasquatch in a trailer. But we did a friend of our Jaden's sister, her Hilux. So we came in and we did a snorkel for her, but she was here and she helped us drill the guard. She helped us cut the guard. She actually wanted to work on the car and learn things about it, which I think it's awesome. There should be more of it. So when my daughter, I bought her a car. She doesn't get a license for 2 years, but she wanted a Beetle. So I got her a Beetle.
Oh my God, I used to have a Beetle.
Yeah, so,
I said to my dad, I want one. He's like, you're not getting one. I was like, I'm getting one.
Yeah, well, a friend of mine happened to be here at Christmas holiday. My daughter was talking about it, and then he wrecks cars in Canberra. So he rang me a couple of months later. He goes, I got your Beetle. I'm like, oh, great. But yeah, so I've got her washing it and learning about it. Before she gets her license, she's going to learn to check the oil.
Yeah, and change her tyre as well. Change her tyre.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. She won't be driving anywhere until she knows how to
tires.
do it. Yeah.
It's funny. Sometimes well, Jasmine just quit her job because she's going to work with me, but
you mean you're going to work with her?
Yeah.
I like you tried to pull that, but I'm the boss around here. She'll take off. I've got like a big block turbo GMC, like an old sort of 90s model one, square body truck, and you can hear it when it's coming down. But she'll take that, and she
feels like a boss bitch.
She's like 5'5", size 8, short black hair, blue eyes, little petite thing, and I'll just hear this, and I'm like, oh,
yeah,
she's coming, and this big truck just hammers around the corner, and her little face sticking over the door, and I'm like,
yeah. You're like, that's my
girl
brew.
right
That's my brew thing.
Yeah, I'm like, so many people would be turning their heads going, this angry ass truck is coming over the hill, and this tiny little chick cruising along. Yeah,
she's probably literally listening to like R&B, like blasting the speakers too.
Yeah, she does. Yeah, she sits there and she's like, what she said to me the other day, she took it. She's like, oh, I like your mirror on the back of your little flappy. And I'm like, really? She goes, I didn't even know it had a mirror on that side. She was like, yeah, I was just doing my mascara as I was cruising along. I'm like, oh yeah, cool.
Look, don't crash it. But it's like, I got a 350Z for the track a while ago. I don't know if you saw what I did to the wrap.
I heard my husband. Oh no, I did. I commented on
my husband's face on it on Borat's body. He was horrified. Anyway, we took that part off. But I was like driving it around the other day, and I said to my husband, like it needs, like it's just for the track, so it's got like so many rattles. But I said to him, I was like, should I put a louder exhaust on it? He's like, it's pretty fucking loud. Like I don't think it needs, I've got like, once you have a loud car, you're like, it needs to be louder. Needs, and he's like, I don't think we should put a louder exhaust on. It's already got an exhaust, but. Yeah.
That's funny, Phil. I was actually literally thinking about that today. I had the music turned off and I'm like, I think I was playing Ghost Main or something. I was like, this just does not hit the same. I need to get a sub. There will be room in there. I'm just gonna
do an under seat sub for you. We'll do one of those
the front
seat
ones.
subs, man. They're great.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting a sub in it because I'm like, you know what? Fuck my workshop. I'm in my workshop now. I want like a little desk that holds my laptop so I can invoice in the driver's seat. I come home now and I sit in the driveway for 20 minutes while I finish my phone calls and do some invoicing. Let's put a sub in there.
That's a new office, you got to have it set up right. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a meathead. My neck's the same width as my head. I'm like a human staffy.
Yeah. Oh, bloody hell.
All right, last one I had
It's going that way tonight. It's going that way.
I know, it always does. Last one I had for you was, if you could buy anything as a mum, what would be your pick of cars? If you could just, no budget, I want to get a Bentayga or something. What would you go for?
I drive an X7 now. I love it. But because I've been thinking, I'm like, we're moving out to property soon, and I'm like, I think I love a 76 series wagon.
Yeah, I do too. I like them.
A Sandy Torp facelifted, but I would like to do
Taliban tan.
Yeah, I would like to do Taliban tan. I envision I would like it to have brown houndstooth and brown leather with a full upholstery update, like brown, like old school Bronco vibes.
Yeah.
That's like what I envision as my car.
Mexican drug cartel.
Yeah.
Is that
Colour
the,
being tan.
I feel like I was a gangster in another life. Like if you saw my Defender last time, like my Defender when I had it, it was like lowered. Like even now I've got like spaces on my X7 and it's got lowering links and stuff. But yeah, that's what I would probably choose as like because I really like it that it sort of looks classic. It's got that like classic appeal about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I also love like a Ford Bronco, but I don't have it in me to deal with an old car. We used to have an old Mustang and it just had so many issues. So yeah, I feel like if I was going to get something, the reason I didn't get it was because it's the airbag situation. And you know, I just want this
holder situation.
Yeah, the cup holders. What is a cup holder in a Land Cruiser? I'm pretty sure they don't have any. They've got like one.
Yeah. Did you option the X7 with indicators?
What's that? I've never heard of that.
Yeah, there's just a blanking plug there where the stickers.
I don't think that's an option in the vehicle.
You just gotta look for the hair flick in the middle.
Yeah. You just got to look for the dickhead veering off the road without any notification. But yeah, I also, you know, most mums are like, oh, G-Wagon, I love a G-Wagon. It's not a vibe. It's not for a mum.
No.
They're very, I think they're very ugly inside and
and I just think
6-cylinder, but not the 8s, but yeah.
It's kind of the G-Wagon is the car version of a Labubu, okay?
Yeah, they've got this reputation, but they're really not that fucking good.
Yeah, but like it's just people are just brainwashed into consumerism. So they're like, "Fuck, I want it." You know, Kim Kardashian has one. It's like, as I said, it's the car version of the Labubu. Like everyone's like, "Oh, I need it," and they want it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but I must say I really like the look of the GX 550, the Lexus, and it's got obviously a bigger engine than the Prado. But yeah, like you can wait 18 months for one of those.
Yeah.
I've got a challenge for you, because it was my wife said, however long ago it was, what did I do to her last car? I think we sold her Land Cruiser. There was one that I ran into with my truck and it turned into smithereens. But yeah, when we got rid of her, she had an 80 series before this, and she just typed in, I want leather seats, a sunroof, a turbo, all this stuff, and then it came up with the Skoda RS, and I had no idea what the hell it was, and no one else seems to as well. So it's got like an Audi engine and a lot of Audi parts, but it's a Volkswagen base.
Yeah, it's Volkswagen Group. Yeah.
The first time I drove it, I was like, "Is this thing for real?" Like it hammers. It's the RS, so it is the rally spec version. I challenge you to go and try a couple of Skodas out and see what you think.
So I have a relationship with Volkswagen Group because I've done quite a few of their cars. But I haven't driven any Skodas, but I have heard from people in the industry that they are really good.
He may have. He's pretty tired. He's probably dead by now, so don't worry about it.
So, like, I don't like the modern cars. I don't like the disconnection to the road with the electric steering and all that sort of stuff. But this car is, like, my wife loves it and I love it. Like, she's like, can you go down the road and get me some honey chicken? Yeah, I'm taking your car. Like, it's...
I love honey chicken. I had honey chicken last night. Yeah.
You haven't been the bonnet on that one yet, have you?
For ages. Every night for like 2 weeks. We go through phases. So,
but the thing is as well, I think as well now, because as I said earlier, it's really important to the wife to have this cool car, right? And it's actually kind of really beneficial to the husband because you kind of get two cars out of it because you're like, we're probably going to drive the wife's car on the weekend. Not everyone has two sets of car seats because it's really expensive, especially depending on what seat you get. So the husband is a little bit more incentivized, obviously, to get a car that he sort of likes as well. So
my wife's in the comments too, so she's got.
Is she?
Yeah, so she's got the black Tank 300, so it's got the 20s on it, and they hang out the guards, so they look cool, and black windows or black everything out on it. So
and I don't know if you've seen my comments on the tanks, I cop
Yep.
so much shit because I'm like, I
Oh,
actually really
yeah.
like these. But I did see a video of the rear wheels lifting up, like
Yeah, on braking.
crazy.
But I mean, how often do you do 110 and jump on the anchors at a million mile an hour?
Yeah.
You know, it's just and I mean, it's not all cars, but I suppose it didn't flip over, it didn't roll, it didn't.
Yeah,
do
but I
anything,
think they're so cute aesthetically. I really like the look of them. I love like a military looking like vibe. That's what I sort of love. I also love the Ineos, but
I was going to say, have you ever driven one of those?
no, I haven't. But look, I'd love to get into one. It's just there's so many manufacturers and groups and everything. Some I just don't have a relationship with. So,
I was going to say, like, how do you get cars to review? Where do you get them from? What's the story behind
I get them from. There's a place in Brisbane called MSR. So they deal with most of the manufacturers, and that's where we pick our press cars up from. They're such a good bunch of blokes down there. I see them every week, drop my car off, pick up a new one, and just have it for a week and live with it for a week and see what it's like.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I reckon bang into a Skoda. I want to see what you think because I love them. My wife loves her car, and I think we will be getting another one after this one dies, which is probably pretty close.
If you don't mind me asking, how much was it? Because I'm not like super familiar with the Skoda.
The car. So we got it for a steal. I think they were brand new. We got it 4 years ago. It's a 2015 model. Brand new, they were about 67,000. And when we were looking for one, they were between 28 and 38. And we got ours for 12 grand. So she was looking for what she was looking for. It was just good timing. It was the leather seats, all that. And there was one for sale and it was 19 or 18. All the others were 30 something. And I contacted and said, what's going on? Why is it so cheap? And he said, oh, look, I'm moving to South Korea in a week.
Pop the car off. I need it gone. Yeah.
I'm moving to South Korea in a week. I've had it for sale for a month. I've had 3 people call up. No one's actually come and seen it. He goes, I literally just need it gone. I'm going to lose money on it. No one knows what it is. No one is even looking for one of these. So I just can't move it.
They're only sort of like, they're only sort of starting to make their mark in this like space now, I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of like, like Lexus has just been put back on the map with the GX 550. I'm saying that I solely believe that has like brought Lexus back on the map. Everyone had forgotten about Lexus. Great brand. Obviously it's Toyota, but it's a luxury version and nothing about it was sexy. Nothing really about Lexus was sexy. Like everyone just wanted one because
they were old man sort of luxury car.
But now they've brought out this GX 550 and like all the mums are like, or even the dads are like, I want that. Like,
but even the Skoda pricing, Jez, like you were saying, 60 grand for a turboed leather car with sunroof that performs, like that's cheap, mate. You know, that's not bad price wise when they're new.
The only thing though is like no one knows what they are. No one's heard of one. So if you look at like their class, so you get the Skoda RS and that was 67. I think, or it was a Superb I was looking at. Either way, say we'll call it the Skoda RS is 67 and the Golf is, 58 and you've got the Saab and like even a Nissan Pulsar, whatever. They're all together. The Skoda seem to be the highest price to purchase. And then second hand, they're the lowest because no one, their resale would fall out because no one knows what they are.
Yeah, like, and that's the thing. Like,
so
buying a car and considering that's something I always consider to people that don't buy and sell cars often wouldn't consider this. But, I see some specs of cars, brand new cars, and I'm like, why would you do that? Why? Because when you think about resale and what's important to a consumer, I see these people speccing these cars with like ridiculous like color paint options.
Yeah.
On, ridiculous paint options are good on supercars because that's the part of people love the obnoxious factor of having you know, like a yellow Lambo or something like that. So, but in, you know, I see some people speccing these cars and they're like, but it's what I wanted. But I'm like, do you plan to sell it eventually? Because you're
how much you're willing to lose because you want
yeah,
to
like, you
color.
know,
I was actually surprised when I had my Canon. I bought it for 38 for my Ute, and I know it's Chinese, Jez, so sorry about this, but I paid 38 for that. But when I went in 2 years later and I traded it on the 300, I got 42 for it. So it actually went up in value.
yeah,
Because they couldn't get them at the moment. Everybody wanted them, and I had the X, and everyone wanted the X. So they went, well, we're willing to go this if you buy a new car. So, but the LDV van, we ended up, we had a massive fight with LDV, and we ended up just getting to pay the finance out. And, you know, I lost money on that, but I didn't have to pay the finance out. Oh, yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but my husband and I actually own a car finance business. That's what we do. And like, you know, even you got to be careful with these manufacturers getting finance through them, because BMW, I did a video on it a while ago. They had to pay out something like $70 million for irresponsible lending. So dealerships, this is something that people need to be aware of when they go in for finance. Dealerships don't fall under NCCP, which is National Consumer Credit Protection. So like they operate under a point of sale. So they technically don't have to abide by consumer protection laws.
Yeah. Well, even when you go into a dealership, half the time, if you use an ABN or something, so you're a small business or you're a sole trader or anything like that, and you've got an ABN, they don't even do financial checks. They're just like, oh, can you afford this much? Yeah, no worries. Okay, here's your car. You know, it's amazing.
Like I can't comment on that because we've obviously never used that, but like it's just a good idea to, if you do need finance, to shop around and don't feel intimidated or, you know, pressured by the salesperson, because a lot of what we see is called third line enforcing, which is super illegal, where the dealership says, I'll give you this price if you finance with us.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to say that. It's against the law, but who's to find out that they're doing that? And everyone's happy, they get there, but it's because a lot of them are so incentivized by the finance rather than
well, it's the joy of the new car. It's like, oh, I've got a new car, it's flash, it's great. It's not until 6 months into it or 3 months into it and you're like, oh, I can't afford this, and what's happened? And you look at your finance rate, you're like, I got shafted, but I didn't realize at the time. So
because they get you, you know, they sort of get you in you're quite emotionally vulnerable because you're very emotional about it. It's like buying a house. You know, we're looking for a new house at the moment, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so emotional about it. You know, like I really like it, and you know, you don't see all the flaws in the house.
You have to walk away and come back another day.
You do. You have to, and that's the thing. You go in at the right time of the month. You go, like, you know, you go in at the start and then you slam them at the end of the month, and then they'll be like, all right, let's just do a deal, sort of thing. So
and you don't buy a car at just after tax time because the prices are high. And
the thing is as well, you work them down. So you go in there and you just walk out. Oh, there's literally another dealership around the corner. So you need to sort of have that mentality. So that's sort of like what I help to educate, I guess. I don't want to say women because I do have a lot of like men that follow me as well, but you know, looking at cars for their wives or maybe for themselves. But my point of view is from a family perspective, which most of the time, I would say 80% of the time, it's going to be the mum. So whilst I don't sort of discriminate in who watches my content, I sort of like want to empower women to be able to go into a dealership and know like, oh, I know that it's the end of the month and you need to make this sale. So what are you going to do for me?
That's good information.
So just like doing bits of information, and you know, I did a video on it a couple weeks ago, just saying like we had a client who basically paid someone in I think it was like cash for their car, and the person didn't put it on their loan, and then her car got repossessed because there was like an encumbrance on it because she didn't do a PPSR check. So now she's got no car, no way of tracking this person down. Yeah, there's just so many things that you should be wary of in this industry, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, another thing too, when you're talking about you're buying the car for resale value, that's where I say you want to spend the money on quality, because normally the quality stays up on the resale. So like if you have an LDV ute, for example, and it's $35,000 brand new, and then you have a Hilux that's $55,000 brand new, you think, well, I'm going to have this for 5 years. Do I do the quick $35,000 now, or just pay for the 55? In 5 years' time, if the LDV fucking even makes it, you're now selling it for $3 to $5 if it hasn't been bought back for because it rusted to shit, and then you sell the Hilux for 45. So you've paid 35, you've lost 30, or you pay 55 and you've lost 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to look at it as a ratio depreciation, if that makes sense. Like the LDV on a ratio depreciation is going to depreciate at a much, much higher ratio, where something like a Hilux, which is far more desirable, I would say far more versatile and reliable, is going to depreciate at a far lower ratio. So in terms of like long-term investment, yes, 100%.
It even comes down to how people trade them. Like tradies get them, and you'll go to trade in a tradies ute, and they use it. It's a work ute. They get stuff thrown in the back, gets dented, it's got paint and dirt and everything through the interior. So if you get a car and you look after it, you might get a little bit more for it. But you get a car that's not looked after, you're going to get nothing for it when you go to sell it. It doesn't matter if it's a $10,000 car or a $100,000 car. If they're not looked after, well, you're not going to get it
exactly.
And they're not as well.
A huge thing. Like, Jez, you might disagree with this because you are a mechanic, but I think the thing is that people from a consumer perspective will always like that it's serviced at the dealership as well. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, like you're saying with the tradie utes and stuff like that, they get their asses kicked. I think if, in my experience, when I'm looking at secondhand vehicles or what people want to buy, you go and get a tradie ute and you bring it to me, I'm going to say it's dinted up, it's got a smashed headlight and everything like that. But because it's been driven, the engine and running gear is awesome. Whereas if you then bring the same car that's, the chick down the road's got, I'm like, this thing's immaculate. She's looked after it, but the EGR,
like a piece of
intake up, she's driven it to the shops and back, hasn't warmed it up properly. So you got all these mechanical you sort of
thing as well. A lot of people do not realize diesels need to be driven long distance.
I do not recommend a new diesel to.
Yeah, and this is the thing, for example, I did the Kia Carnival the other day. The petrol was like 9.6 litres per 100 kilometres, and then the diesel was 6.5, like 6 litres
per
I saw 100 kilometres.
That's disgusting.
There's so much difference in consumption. So, I mean, if it were me personally, I would probably choose the hybrid in that instance.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just crazy. When people, especially women who have no mechanical, I'm not very mechanically minded. I don't know. I know obviously all the general things like engines, and ask me to do something mechanical, I don't know what I'm doing. But, I know sort of the general, my brother-in-law is a mechanic. Any mechanic related questions, I just ask him. But people buy these diesel cars and then they drive them to school pickup, or they're not driving them 100 kilometers or 200 kilometers. Well,
I was going to say too, I've hit you with all my questions that I had for you, but looking at your content, your audience is car mummies. So when you do the content, I know you're not mechanically minded, but you do understand the issue with low kilometer diesels. But you're going, hey, look, I like the fact that I can put a lanyard on this key, and I like the fact that it's an automatic opening door, and this helps you, and the kids can watch the screens in the back and all that sort of stuff, which is selling points for what your audience is. But what you must have questions for us on the alternative things. Well, okay, I like the fact that the sunroof goes right back. But what are the mechanical things that we should be looking for too? Because there's none of that in your content, but then again, you're not targeting
mechanically
that.
minded. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're not going to sit there and talk about something you don't know, because then you discredit yourself.
Yeah, and that would be stupid of me to talk about something that I don't know about. And to be honest with you, like, I'm going to tell you what most wives want is the bells and the whistles. Like, what does it look like? Yeah. A lot of what you'll see on TikTok from women is, what car can I get that makes me look rich but isn't going to break my bank? So that's the kind of content to give you an idea of. I'm sure you both have wives. You already know we really like expensive things. Why? Because it's expensive. Just
the most expensive thing my wife's got. I cost her heaps of money.
Same. Me and my husband too. He's more expensive than me. Car parts, down pipes, straight pipes. We got car parts all in our stairwell. Like,
it's a good example because he does all the car parts and that, and you just want it to have a picture of him on the side of it.
Yeah, literally. But yeah, I think my biggest thing to hear from you guys was like, what is one? I'd love to know, like, what car, if you like were told, like, what car would you can only pick one car now for the rest of your life. You have to pick something. You're not allowed to buy a car ever again. You can buy it brand new. You've got unlimited amount of money. What car would you guys buy?
Fuck. Oh man,
that's a hard one. It's
I don't.
I'm the same. I've got no idea. It's like the
you
cars
should have said these to me before. You just blindsided with it.
Because this has so many factors for you guys. Because it's going to be like, you can service your own car, but what's costly? What's going to keep running? Like, you've got to be mindful about fuel economy, all that sort of stuff. Like,
it's hard to have one car that does everything. Like, I've got my old HZ, which is not going at the moment, but that's going to be my weekend fun car. And then I've got the 500 that I drive every day. It's just a daily. And then I want another car because I want to be able to drop skids and have some fun in it. So you can't have, I don't have one car that does it all. So
you can. It's called a Cummins Allison F350 Super Duty. That's the only thing I can think of that ticks all those boxes.
That's it.
Yeah, I can't answer that question. Now I would be thinking, like, are you talking about me personally, or say for my family?
Yeah, like if you had to pick just one car, you were told, you had a gun to your head and someone said, you're not allowed to buy another car. This is the last car you're going to buy. If you buy another car, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, that's it. I can't have one car for the rest of my life. I'd change them every year.
I don't know. I couldn't say.
I'd just get shot. I'd just get shot.
That's it. Yeah, I'd just say, just take me now. Take me now.
Pretty much. I'd be like, can you sign everything over to my wife?
Just take me now. Yep. Shoot me down.
I feel like that. I'm not allowed to have another motorcycle. Like, that's not going to happen. You know, I need three or four of them. So, yeah.
If I could pick something to have for the rest of my life from brand new, it would be a 1990 2.8 litre diesel 5-speed LN 106 Hilux. That's me. That'd be me forever. That'd be cool. Or I'd get a coaster bus. Course,
coaster.
Do whatever. My coaster bus is a 4-seater Toyota wagon. That's what it's registered on. So, yeah, that'd be me. Hilux 2.8 Hilux. Now you have to pick. Come on, Jez.
No, never.
Come on, mate.
Oh, dude, I would. What would I go get? You know what? You know what I got? One of the best cars I've ever had was a 80 series Land Cruiser.
The only reason I didn't pick an 80 series was because when we took ours off road, it was hopeless.
Yeah,
it'd lift a wheel and it would get stuck, and then you'd get that drive line pulsing. So that's why I picked the Hilux, because my Hilux would just walk with a wheel in the air, didn't care.
Yeah,
and the fact that I put a canopy on the back, so we had like a quad and the camping gear and stuff in the back and 4-wheel driving up wherever. and the 80 series, sorry, had barn doors. You couldn't really get everything in there. You couldn't. If I want to take something big, I can take the canopy off and put it in there. But you can't do that with the 80.
No.
And the Hilux was faster and was easier to work on.
Yeah.
So Jasmine sunk hers up past the headlights once, and we had to pull the engine out to fix it. And I said, "You are pulling the fucking engine out, not me. I told you how to drive it. You sunk the car." And I've got photos of her in her Lorna Jane bloody outfit pulling a 1.8Z out of a Toyota in our driveway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't disagree at all with like a 80 or a 60 series, but it's the Hilux for me.
Yeah, or something basic. Like I wouldn't want power windows. I wouldn't want, carpet. I wouldn't want all that sort of stuff. Stuff that's gonna, stuff that I have to work on. I don't like to have a car and have to work on it. Like I just want to be able to get in, drive it, service it, look after it, change tires. But as far as having to constantly fix things like this breaks, that breaks, windows wear out, your power window switches go, something like that. I want something I can just get in, drive, never have to worry about it again.
Yeah.
I just have to head off, guys. I realized it's almost 9:30.
Yeah. No, I was actually just going to say we've got about 8 minutes left if we want to round it up, because we usually go about 9:30 as well.
Yeah.
Head off. It's good to see that just putting a blonde girl in our lives doubled our normal views.
I know, it's great. It's great. Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys might need to consider some blonde tips or something.
Maybe.
I've got chrome, like lots of chrome. So.
I haven't, man, I've had the worst 2 months of my life and I've not looked after myself. I'm not even going to take this hat off. I'm just disgusting at the moment.
The mullet's gone? No.
I'm definitely a lot happier with my decision shutting the workshop down. But yeah, no, if you want to go, go do what you got to do.
Yeah, it was so good to have a chat, guys, and I'm sure we'll do it again soon.
Yeah, we had a really good different perspectives and different experiences. That was really cool.
You're like, next time, minus China.
Yeah,
no China, no EV, and we'll
start off on a different thing.
Yeah.
You know what, we should do another one and we'll just do all V8. So yeah, it'll be a V8 special. V8 special. Yeah.
I'm down for that one. All right, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'll chat to you guys later. See you soon.
No worries. All right, see you, mate.
See ya. I actually had people comment, Jez, saying they thought I cut all my hair off the other day because I did a video and I turned my head. I looked I'm like, no, it's still there. I just put it up under my hat. So, yeah.
Dude, man, I am feral at the moment. Probably just like I haven't looked after myself, bro, and it's really, really hitting me hard now. I'm not sleeping properly, and hopefully all that changes.
Well, the thing is, you're less stressed. Like, even talking to you the other day, man, you were upbeat and less stressed, and it was like, holy shit, you're a different person,
Yeah, well, I mean, like, I think a week before that, I didn't even record it because it was just, we lost it. I was so angry and annoyed. I was repeating myself, and I'm like, this is shit content, but it's just, man, it is crazy how much life can change in 2 weeks' time. So,
well, my TikToks have all been just down and just because of my own car. I was like, shit. I look back through them. I'm like, fucking hell, what am I doing? Like, all my TikToks are just downers and just shit. I'm like, what is going on? So, but it's getting there. So
yeah. Well, I wanted, there were so many comments, so many people come through, and I want to say, hey, I didn't want to interrupt the conversation, so I apologize.
No, I was the same. I was looking at some of the comments, and I'm like, we should answer this one, but I didn't want to.
I know, I hate it. But it was good to get a different perspective in here. So, but let's get into them. Let's get into some comments. If we did miss you want to say something, tell us to get a haircut, a new job.
Billy's over here. It's I fixed the temp gauge, all right? I fixed it. I found out a broken fucking wire, believe it or not. So,
I do believe it, because it worked before.
It worked. Well, that's what I thought. I thought the gauge just can't shoot itself, It's like, it worked. We pulled the motor, but when we put it in and we were putting it all back in there, it had a join, so I did a join. It was soldered and heat shrink, but when we pulled it, the wire, it actually, after the heat shrink, so you join your wires here and here, and
it was inside
it had broken out just the other end of it. It's like docking. So it had pulled out of the opposite end of it. So, but I ended up got a multimeter and I built it virtually from inside the car at the gauges through the firewall, along the firewall, all the way back to the sender, and then I found it was broken about 6 inches from the bloody sender. I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, oh, and then but it is. I thought it had a bit of a friggin' miss though. I started, but I think it's run out of fuel. So yeah.
I had a question down there. What do I think of Forerunners? I have a deep, deep love for Forerunners, man. I think they're probably... I did have the Hilux would have been my pick, like I was talking before. But if you're saying an 80 series and I'm saying a Hilux, the Forerunner is the ultimate just smash up between them. Because it's got the wagon, it's got all that stuff, but it has the speed of the 2.8. Doesn't quite have the torque that an 80 series has. It won't walk up a wall like a Land Cruiser has, but But, man, fucking Forerunners are sick. The only thing I don't like about them is the electronic rear window framing rusts out in them.
Yeah.
If that didn't happen, man, they were cool. And you can't open the back tailgate with the window up. Yeah, there was the 84 model had the wind down one, but then you have to fucking get in there and wind it. They were a pain in the ass. Yeah. And they had that fiberglass roof and they were only 2-door. But if I could build a off-road only just fun pig, it'd be an old 84 Hilux Forerunner, and I'd take the roof off and just leave the cage open, and everyone would get dirty. Oh my god,
It'd be a lot of fun though. Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah!
I remember one of the most fun cars I ever went in was a Suzuki. What were the Suzuki?
Sierra.
The little 2-door
Sierra.
Yeah, the Sierras. Yeah. We had one of those, man, and we used to drive it through this swamp where I lived growing up when we were like 14 and 15. No roof on it. 4 of us in there, up to our waist in water. Like the water was coming through the speed on dash steering wheel. The exhaust bubbling. We just drove through this swamp, man. It would not stop. We couldn't kill this thing. It was the greatest car ever.
I had a Sierra with a GTI motor, and I think I've already told you about that thing. And I remember I tried to kill it one day. I don't know why. I think I was sick of it breaking tail shafts and shit. And I put it under the water, and we used to be able to go up the back of the dunes on Stockton Beach, and I've cut all that away now. But this thing, at 9,000 RPM or 9.5, it'd throw like a half a foot flame every time it bounced off the limiter. And I remember sinking it. It went windscreen deep, and I went probably 25 meters that deep. No snorkel, no nothing, on the limiter. And it was just... it's gone in there. I hit it, and you could see the flames lighting up the water the whole way, and then it come out the other side. Bop, 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 and I was like, man, all right, I'll take you home. I won't do that again.
I had a Hilux, a 2-wheel drive 4-door Hilux that we mini truck. I got it for nothing, and we painted it this sick lime green color. Had to send the chromies off a bloody one of my mates, I think. EL Falcons or EF Falcons, threw them on there, wound the torsion bars, put blocks in the back of it, and we used to just drop skids in this thing. We'd hold on the limiter and pull up out the side of my mate's house, and we'd just hold it flat, like bop, 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 bop.
I can hear it now.
I did skids constantly in it, and then I sold it to a dude. We had 4 dirt bikes strapped in the back, sandwiched together with 4 blokes out riding. We jumped it. And I ended up selling it, and the guy I sold it to had it for about another 2 or 3 years, and then on sold it to another mate we had, and we couldn't kill this thing. It was like indestructible. You get over
best, you don't care.
No,
he's in sunny coast Queensland, and maybe at the end of the month it'll change. But yeah, we've actually never met each other. We've been doing these lives, and we just get along really well. We like each other's content, and
I like your idea about doing a catch up. We can organise it so I can get flights and that available, and a hire car. We can organise, get like a week's notice or 2 weeks notice. Say I'm going to be here on this night. We'll get a feed somewhere, and we'll meet some people.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. I wonder if there's a place where we can all meet up. I don't know if we'd want to do like a car meet, or if we just want to all go to a pub, or all go to a bowling club or an RSL or something.
Car meet and a few skids would be good, I reckon.
The Wizards coming to Newcastle, and at the end of the month, if there's anyone in the comments that would be interested in that, obviously we'll probably make a video and see what happens there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I know, catch up with everyone. It'd be cool to actually see everyone that we get to talk to every week.
It'd be awesome, man.
Have you noticed that
I'm keen, eh?
we've lost 20 viewers since
Yeah. I noticed that. I'm like, oh, they're all leaving. So we know what they were here for. So yeah.
That's it. You guys are the true blue.
Yeah, that's it. We got the true Friday night specials with us, which is bloody awesome to see. You know what we should do? We should jump on and get an OF girl to come in here and see if we can boost our numbers. So
No, that's not for me.
That'd do my head in. I think it'll be the first, and I'd go, I'm fucking out myself. I'm done. Fuck this shit.
Oh, no way.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah, look, there are skids at Cessnock every fortnight. Yeah, I don't know. We'll talk about it when we get off here.
Yeah, 100%, man, definitely.
We do. Yeah. And yeah, but I think we might wrap. I'm going to wrap it up.
Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up too, man. Actually, my battery's down to. So usually I'm hovering around 30% now. I'm down to 14%. So this might work well, but definitely sucks the battery out. So yeah.
Well, Raka, some merch. So
yep,
I've got some things coming up now. I've been saying it for a while to Jasmine. I'm like, I just need to get out of this shop. I need my time back. So my time was burning away to jobs that just kept that place going. I've got none of that now. I've got all this time back, and I've already got 3 ideas in the bank. This Wednesday, I'm going to build a website and link it all up. And I'm thinking about it. This might be pretty funny, but I'm thinking about starting my own oil brand, my own car washing brand.
Yeah.
And those wheel nuts, the 19.5 wheel sockets for the Ford Ranger and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going.
I thought about doing a coffee brand for myself. I drink so much coffee. I'm like, you know what? I want a coffee brand, man. So, but I mean, I've got like hats and I've got shirts and I've got hoodies and everything, and I haven't pushed them. And like you were saying, it's in the shop here. It sucks the life out of you, man. It sucks your time away. You can be anywhere from 8 to 16 hours in this place, and it feels like I'm getting nothing accomplished. So I've got my website. I've got shirts, hats, hoodies. I've got everything here that I tell people. I've even got key rings, man.
Yeah.
And I just don't sell them. They're not on the website. They're not. I'm not pushing it.
I've actually got heaps of stuff here. Well, I left my other hat out, but like I got a little Pro Spec Engines hat here. Because I've moved everything out of the workshop. There's like 4 or 5 hoodies, shirts, all that stuff there. I do have them there. I never really push it. It's a saturated market, and I want to do something fun. I want to do something different. So I'm thinking about starting my own little car shampoo brand, and there's a reason for that. I haven't made the TikTok for that yet, but I am going to push it, and they're ideas. I've got my motivation back. I've got myself back, you know, and it's changing me, man.
Yeah, that's good to see, dude. That's really good.
Yeah. Look, let's get out of here. Go home.
Man, definitely.
See your wife. I'll go inside and see my wife. My recent employee.
I did say I was going to stay back tonight and do some more work on the car, but I actually managed to fix a few things I wanted to fix before. So I might come in tomorrow. I might. I was just going to use some RTV on the bloody rocket covers and hold them down, those tin covers, but I might go and see if I can buy a decent set of bloody alley covers for it tomorrow if I get them somewhere and bang a decent set on it. So yeah. Well, I've saved money not having to buy gauges now, so
listen to Belly go home, mate.
He's been telling he told me to go home last night at 5 and I stayed till 8, so
well, I've got a whole shed to clean up tomorrow. I've sort of just cleared my weekend so I can do that. There's no helping you, Stripes, mate. Sorry. I was going to message you, actually. I wanted to catch up with you, but I've just ended up being flat out. So we'll try. We'll get a coffee or something one day, man. Like one day real soon. So that's for sure. We're going to go, though. You picked a bad time to come in.
We're out, guys. We're out. But anyway, Jez, you and me will talk about this catch-up in the month. It's definitely going to happen. I'm going to organise flights and that. We'll work out a day when I can be there. And like I said, it gets me out of the shop for a while, gets me down, finally get to meet you, hang out. And I think it's going to be good fun. So, I'm going to enjoy it.
Yeah, well, depending on what we want to do, I'll I'll put some fingers out there in the pies to get the entertainment happening if we want to do that one. So yeah,
Definitely, man. Definitely, yeah. Bringing a bit of a cruise and just seeing some cool cars, seeing some cool people, and whatever happens type of thing. So nothing
well, I
too
might talk
formal.
to some boys then, man, and I'll see what we can do. But
No, definitely sounds
sorry,
good.
Stripes, you're breaking up, mate. I don't know. See you, Phil. You're a legend, bro.
Yeah,
Good to
Phil,
see
thanks always, man. Like, always here and everyone that's always here in the comments, man, and support us on Friday nights. Bloody love seeing you all here, eh?
Yeah, all 15 of years is the best.
Yeah, bloody legends. Absolute legends, Yeah.
See ya, Al. See you, bro. All right. We'll piss off and we'll have a chat after this, and yeah, we'll sort something. I've got so much going on now. My head's exploding. It's really good. So.
Nah, awesome.
All right.
Awesome.